Hello everyone, leelee here, and welcome back to another episode of This Month in Phantom Forces, the monthly recap of all game updates and information. This month I am covering April from 2018. Before I get into it, I would like to thank everyone for the support and feedback that the first video of this series got. I really do appreciate it, and I will definitely be uploading this series every month. So starting with the in-game updates, we've got quite a bit to go over. Starting off this month, we had April Fool's Day, which had the update 4.1.18, which added in the Dust map. That map was derived from Counter-Strike, if you were not already familiar with it, and has since been removed from the game. Right after the April Fool's update, we got update 3.7.0, which added in the new LMG, the MG3 KWS, which has some similarities to the M60 and has a high fire rate of 1000 RPM. You may remember last month I said that it was added into the test place, and now it has been pushed over into the main game, so you can try that out there now. Alongside the LMG, we also got a new suppressor, the Osprey suppressor, which is actually really cool looking in my opinion, and you should try that out. It is available on guns like the Chris Vector. Moving on to update 3.7.1, we got a bunch of nerfs for guns, but also a couple of buffs too. So first, the G36 was nerfed. It now has more recoil and reduced max damage by 1. The M16A4 nerf reduced the max range by 35. The M4's nerf reduced max damage by 15. And lastly, the Scar H had a range nerf going from 120 to 185 to 70 to 110. It now also has no torso multiplier and a halved reserve ammo. The buffs, as mentioned, were given to the AUG A1 and Henry 4570. The A1 had a buff to minimum range and sight accuracy, and the Henry can now one-shot the body up to 80 studs. Next came update 3.7.2, where the Ready Player 1 event was concluded. So now that that is over, you will no longer be able to get the J key in Phantom Forces. Sorry if you missed out on that, although it was around for a while. And the trees on Highway also no longer have leaves, and then the Scar H was buffed as well from the previous version, now having 100 rounds in reserve, and the range was buffed to 90 max, 140 min, restoring its 1.1 torso multiplier. And the next update, 3.8.1, which was a very big update, we first found out that kills were apparently changed to be server-sided rather than client-sided. Hypo has said that that is not true, but I'm not really sure if what he said was true. This was big mainly because with client-sided kills, when you shot the person, you would kill them as you hit them. But now the server has to register that you're hitting them, which has caused a plethora of lag issues. Both sides, the person who you are shooting at and yourself, need to be non-laggy in order for the hits to register perfectly, I guess. But that has not been the case, and I've seen Axis Angle 2 say that kills were still client-sided, but with the number of issues that the update has caused for people, it would be nice to get a clearer response from the Stylis explaining what has actually been done. Also, in this update, a lot of weapons were added over from the test place, like the Ice Pick and Crowbar, as well as the 3 shotguns, the Spas 12, Saiga 12, and DVD 12. The AK-12BR also saw changes and now uses 7.62 ammo from a 20-round VEPR mag, along with a new third-person model, and it also has slightly worsened recoil. There is also a new animation for the Karambit, and the M45A1 got new sound. Grenade density was also changed, meaning now that it has a lower arc. We also got a new map rotation, going from Crane Site to Mall Construction, to Ruins, to Suburbia, to Desert Storm, to Dunes, to Highway Lot, to Ravid, to Metro, and then back to Crane Site. I personally don't really think that the map rotation needed to be changed. It seemed like it was just fine as it is. And lastly, in that update, we got some visual changes with a new font for the chat text, and when a map is able to be played, it will show an image of the map and the game mode and its name in the lower right corner of the deploy screen, which is a nice touch. Soon after this update, we got 3.8.1b, where there were edits to shotgun stats of the AK-12BR. The BR had max damage increase of 4, along with a faster max time to kill for 0.8 seconds. For the shotguns, the DBV-12 had a sound change and a nerf to the spread. The SPAS-12 got a buff to its spread as well. Following that, in update 3.8.2, we had some minor nerfs to the DBV-12 again, and the minimum damage was dropped from 21 to 19. It has a slight increase in spread and slightly more camera recoil, as well as a reduced muzzle velocity from 2,000 to 1,500. There were also improvements to squad spawning, so now if you want to spawn on your teammate who is on a place like the crane, you will not fall to your death now. The spawn will choose a safe place where there is a part for you to land that will not make you fall to your death. And then lastly, for that update, there was a fix to the AK-12BR reloading animation. Last but not least, we have update 3.8.2b, where some of the server-side verification for kills was relaxed. That is all for the game updates we received in April. On to the test place, which in the last episode, I think I called it the CTE, but apparently now the test place and CTE have kind of been merged into one thing. I think that they were pretty much the same thing. CTE stands for Community Testing Environment, and this is the test place where the community can test it, but I guess they're different somehow. But anyways, we didn't have much for the test place. We had the brief addition of the 1858 carbine, but that, however, has since been removed, and I'm sure that if you didn't get a chance to use it, that you can find some videos of it on YouTube. And that was it for the test place. For the subreddit, we have picked out quite a few different posts that we would like to feature. All links to posts will be in the description of the video. Starting off with the Spring Break Skin Contest. The contest was concluded at the end of the month, and the winners have yet to be announced. Next, we have a post where the original poster, Sean Person, posted a video where Shaylin says that the G36 is getting a model remake, as well as there being a FAL model in the making. I know that the community has been wanting a FAL model in the game for a while, and I'm sure they are pleased from this news. Next, we got a sneak peek of what map voting would look like if and maybe when it is added into the game. I'm interested to actually see how that would go, and if it makes it into the game, maybe we could get data on what maps are voted for the most and what maps are voted for the least. Next up, we had this cool inspect kill from TheCriminalTurkey. I can't stop watching it. I just click play and I watch it over and over because for some reason it's just so mesmerizing, but that is a pretty cool kill. And lastly, here is the meme of the month, posted by Crazy Yes, titled, "It's always fun teaching new things." That is all that was picked from the subreddit. Last but not least, we have the Stylis Discord. Probably the biggest thing to come out of the Discord was that the community was allowed to vote for what FAL variants they want in the game. The variants with the most votes will be chosen. I think it's either 2 or 3 that will be chosen to be implemented into the game. So I'm very excited about that, and also curious to see what the community has chosen. Next, we had the creation of the promotion text channel where featured content creators can post their videos and streams, so if you do enjoy watching Phantom Forces content, be sure to check that channel out. As well, in the Discord, there were commands posted for how to change teams in private servers if you are curious about that. That is all I've got for today. And just a side note, I know that I've seen people complain about Phantom Forces maybe having a lack of updates, and sometimes there really isn't a ton of content added into the game, but if you are active in the community and really look at it, there is a lot of content that is surrounding the game that can be found in places like the Discord and subreddit, which both have very active communities, so you can definitely get your fair share and fill of Phantom Forces content. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next month for the May recap. I would also like to give a big shout out to my friend Ryan for helping me out with the video.